Hello everyone, welcome back on English Zone channel. And here we have the important class related to DSSB TGT English. And one more news, friends, for you all aspirants who are preparing for UPTGT English Literature Examination, PGT English Literature Examination, and UPLT grade examination. For them, I am going to take classes on this channel as per your examination. So classes would be here on this channel. Stay connected for more update. And before that, let's complete this class related to British Romantic literature, in which we will talk about some important MCQs related to this topic with important and brief explanation related to the question. Without any delay, we will begin with the first question of this DSSB TGT English 2025 examination, British Romantic literature we are discussing here. And the first question here, who is considered the father of English Romanticism? The father of English Romanticism, who is considered? John Milton, William Blake, Wordsworth, or Alexander Pope? Answer is option C is the correct answer. Wordsworth preface to Lyrical Ballads 1800 is seen as the manifesto of lyrical English Romanticism. Friends, don't be confused because we are talking about here preface, and the preface of Lyrical Ballads was written in the year 1800. इसमें preface add किया गया था by Wordsworth. बाकी Lyrical Ballads का जो publication हुआ था that was in the year 1798. And because of this reason, the father of English Romanticism was William Wordsworth. Next one, we have the question number 2. Which of the following poets wrote the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner? Ancient Mariner rhyme ये लिखा गया था S.T. Coleridge के through. The rhyme of the Ancient Mariner was written by S.T. Coleridge. It was published in Lyrical Ballad 1798 में publish हुआ था. Showcasing the supernatural themes and moral depth. If we talk about out of 23 poems there were in Lyrical Ballads when it was published in the year 1798, and out of 23 poems 19 was written by 19 of W.W. Wordsworth and only 4 poems you will get of Coleridge. ठीक है, तो ये एक जो सेग्रेगेशन था आप कह लो एक तरीके से डिवीजन था लिरिकल बैलेट्स का, दैट वाज इन 2 पार्ट्स, contributed collaborated with 2 poets, S.T. Coleridge and William Wordsworth, and the 19 poem out of 23 was written by Wordsworth and 4 poems was written by included in this lyrical ballads what S.T. Coleridge. So lyrical ballads की बात अगर होती है तो 23 poems total number है. The rhyme of the Ancient Mariner is one of the poem included in the collection of the lyrical ballads that was written by or composed by S.T. Coleridge. 3 number question. Which literary works begins with the line, I wandered lonely as a cloud, Tintern Abbey, Ode to Nightingale, Daffodils या the Prelude? Answer is option C. Option C is the correct answer. I wandered lonely as a cloud is this is the beginning line. The poem Daffodils begin with this line. This is a celebrated poem by Wordsworth celebrating nature's beauty and emotional impact. Number 4 question we will see. The term egotistical sublime was coined by which poet? This was by John Keats. Answer option C is the correct answer. Keats used this term to describe Wordsworth's introspective style. Egotistical sublime, this was the term coined by the poet John Keats. Number 5. Who wrote the autobiographical poem The Prelude? This is the poem that was written by the Wordsworth. Option C को correct करेंगे. And this is the autobiographical work of Wordsworth, जहाँ पे Wordsworth ने अपनी लाइफ को phases में divide करा हुआ है. And it traces the development of poet's mind in relation to nature and imagination. Number 6 को देखते हैं. Which poem of Shelley is a political allegory about tyranny and decay? Shelley की बात हो रही है, political allegory की बात हो रही है, और कौन सा इसमें poem बताना है, इसमें सब कुछ दिया गया है. Which poem talk about the decay and tyranny of the related to politics? And this is a political allegorical work of P.B. Shelley we have, that is Ozymandias. Ozymandias is the correct answer. This poem critiques the transience of political power through the ruined statue of once mighty king. So this is poem by P.B. Shelley. Number 7. William Blake's Song of Innocence and Experience explored the theme of what was theme discussed in this work, in this poem of the William Blake we have industrial progress, the corruption of childhood, biblical stories या romantic love? Answer is option B. The corruption of children is discussed in this work, in this poem, The Songs of Innocence and Songs of Experience. The contrast between innocence and experience reveals social injustice and lost purity, discussed by the William Blake in his poem The Song of Innocence and Experience. 8 number question देखते हैं. Who wrote the narrative poem Child Harold's Pilgrimage? This is a poem by John Clare Byron, William Blake या P.B. Shelley. Option B would be the answer. Lord Byron has written this work, Child Harold Pilgrimage. This is semi-autobiographical poem established Byron's fame and the Byronic hero archetype. Byronic hero का जो concept था ये लॉर्ड बिरॉन ने दिया हुआ है और ये एक सेमी ऑटोबायोग्राफिकल वर्क है लॉर्ड बिरॉन का. Actually, friends, I have included in brief explanation because of the reason is that you can understand the question and what another kind of form of the question that would be asked in your examination. And if you get that kind of questions also related to the same topics, related to the same question, you can attempt that question. That's why I have included it here with a brief explanation related to the question. Number 9. Which poet died young at 25 and is known for his odes? And without any doubt, we will take here option B, John Keats. Keats' Ode to Nightingale, Ode on Aggression, etc. are the central romantic poems. Next one we have number 10. The quote, poetry is a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings, appears in. We have the answer, that is option C. लिरिकल बैलेट्स भी इसका देखने को मिलता है और ये कहाँ पे दिया गया है, जो पोएट्री इज स्पॉन्टेनियस ओवरफ्लो ऑफ पावरफुल फीलिंग, दैट इज इंक्लूडेड पोएट्री. ही हैड डिफाइंस पोएट्री इन हिज फेमस प्रीफेस, जो 1800 में इन्होंने प्रीफेस लिखा हुआ है, प्रीफेस to lyrical ballads, and in that he had given this quote related to poetry. He defines poetry. Poetry is a spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Number 11. Who is known for the idea of the negative capability in the poetry? Answer is option C. Keats ने ये idea दिया है negative capability. Keats believed great poets should embrace uncertainty and ambiguity. And that's why he had given this term, this idea, negative capability, जहाँ पे उन्होंने poet को बताया है कि they should embrace the uncertainty and ambiguity. Number 12 question. Coleridge Kubla Khan was inspired by a dream after reading A Conversation with Wordsworth, या है A Visit to China and Opium Vision. तो ऑप्शन डी को हम करेक्ट करेंगे. तो द आंसर वुड बी ऑप्शन ए यहाँ पे करेक्ट होगा. यहाँ पे हमने जो टिक किया हुआ है अ ड्रीम आफ्टर रीडिंग, यहाँ पे कुबला खान का जो वर्क है दैट इज बाय कॉलरिज. ये ओपीएम के इफेक्ट में नहीं लिखा गया है. एक मतलब ओपीएम तो लिखा था बट ओपीएम उन्होंने लिया था, बट दिस वाज ही वाज एडिक्टेड टू ओपीएम, बट दिस वाज अ ड्रीम आफ्टर रीडिंग विद व्हाट बुक, जेनांडो वाज द वर्क, जिसको पढ़ने के बाद इन्होंने ओपीएम लिया और आफ्टर दैट ही वाज इन स्लीप. He was taking us obviously. So option A would be the answer. Coleridge claimed the poem came to him in a dream after reading about Zenandu. तो ये वर्क है जिसको मतलब नींद में जब इन्होंने ये पढ़ा था तो इसको पढ़ने के बाद इनको एक तरीके का विजन आया, एक तरीके का इन्होंने जो ड्रीम था वो आया और इस वजह से तो यहाँ पे ऑप्शन डी करेक्ट नहीं होगा. ओपियम विजन नहीं है, अ ड्रीम आफ्टर रीडिंग द बुक अंडर द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ ओपियम, ये हम कह सकते हैं. तो दैट इज द main reason that he had written this work, Kubla Khan, and this is a fragment work. One important thing more you have to know about this work, that this is a fragment work. Next one we have the question number 13. Which poem features a skylark as a symbol of unbodied joy? Out of these four options, which one is the correct answer? Option C is the correct answer. This is the work of P.B. Shelley, and Skylark is the Skylark is the poem which features a skylark as a symbol of unbodied joy. Shelley uses the bird to explore poetic inspiration and unreachable perfection. Number 14 question. What is the theme of Keats' Ode on Aggression and War and Peace, the fleeting nature of time, the permanence of art? And option D is the social revolution. Answer is option C. The permanence of art is the correct answer. The urn captures beauty frozen in time, contrasting with the human mortality. So theme of the Keats Ode on a Glacier is related to the permanence of art. Option C is the answer. Number 15. Which romantic writer authored the Gothic novel Frankenstein? Answer is option B is the correct answer. Mary Shelley. This is the answer. And she was the novelist of this Gothic novel Frankenstein. 1818 में ये लिखा गया है. Blends Gothic and romantic elements with science and morality. तो ऑप्शन सी हमारा करेक्ट होगा. And she was the wife of the P.B. Shelley. Next, number 16 number question. Who is known for the poem The Tiger? This is the answer. Option D is the correct answer. William Blake को हम यहाँ पे टिक करेंगे. From Songs of Experience, it questioned the nature of evil and divine creation. This poem The Tiger is taken from the Songs of Experience. In central idea की बात करते हैं. The central idea which was discussed in this poem of William Blake The Tiger, he questioned the nature of evil and divine creation. Number 17 question. What is the subtitle of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein? The Last Man, The Modern Prometheus, या Tale of Two Creatures, New Adam. Answer is option B, A Modern Prometheus. This is the correct answer. The Frankenstein's subtitle, which is a work of Mary Shelley, this is the Modern Prometheus. It highlights the theme of overreaching ambition and its consequences. Okay, this is the very important Gothic. At the same time, it is also a romantic novel that was written by novelist Mary Shelley. 18 क्वेश्चन को देखते हैं. बेरॉन्स हीरो इज कैरेक्टराइज्ड बाय. जैसे हम बात करते हैं बेरोनिक हीरो की, फेमस एज अ बेरोनिक हीरो. So, what was the main important qualities of the Veronic hero we have here? Humility, obedience, melancholy and rebellion. या है Nevet. Answer is option C. Melancholy and rebellion are the most important characteristics you will see in the characterization in the nature of the Veron's hero, who were known as the Veronic hero. So, यहाँ पे हम आंसर जो करेंगे वो ऑप्शन सी को करेंगे. Veronic hero is passionate, dark and defiant. Next, number 19 question. Which poet was expelled from Oxford for atheism? Answer is option D. P.B. Shelley. Shelley's radical pamphlet, The Necessity of Atheism, led to his expulsion in 1811. Okay. Number 20 question. Who is the author of The Christabel and the Ancient Mariner? That is option C. We have the correct answer. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner is a work of poem of the H.T. Coleridge, and Christabel is also written by him. These poems explore the supernatural and psychological fear. If we talk about, देखिए यहाँ पे you can define the poets of the romantic age with their most important qualities. As you see, if you talk about W.W. Wordsworth की बात करते हैं, W.W. natural poetries, emotional poetries लिखा करते थे. Natural poetry जहाँ पे nature को सबसे ज्यादा उन्होंने ध्यान दिया है. Shelley की बात करेंगे, you will see Shelley as a rebellion poet. If we talk about rebellion poet, जैसे Ode to the West Wind में कहीं ना कहीं उन्होंने rebellion, revolt of Islam में बात करी है. ये सब कुछ works है, Queen Mab में बात करी है. तो एक rebellious nature को, revolutionary जो nature है उनका, उसको आप उनकी poetry में देखोगे. अगर हम Keats की बात करते हैं, you will see Keats Ode. वहां पे उनके किसी न किसी poem में जो most of the poems he had written with the title Ode. He had given first name the title of his poems, that is Ode. And if you talk about the Coleridge is related to supernatural poet. Supernatural quality you will see in his work, that like we have here Christabel, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, and Queen, and we have Kubla Khan. These are the things, these are the poems which is related to the supernatural things and psychological things he had explored in his poems. And these are the important poets who were very, you can define, you can very much differentiate between the poets of the Romantic era. Let's move on to the question number 23 we have here. I think 21, 22 missing है यहाँ पे. Which romantic poet drowned in a sailing accident? मतलब नाव चलाते हुए एक्सीडेंट में कौन सा पोएट है जो ड्राउंड हो गया था या जो डूब गया था? दैट इज ऑप्शन सी, Shelley. P.B. Shelley is the correct answer. He died in the year 1822 near Livorno, Italy. And because his yacht was wrecked in a storm, and that's why he was drowned in a sailing accident, and that was the poet P.B. Shelley in the year 1822 near Livorno, Italy. Okay, this was the place where he was drowned. Next, number 24, Prelude was intended to be a part of a larger philosophical poem title. देखिए, Prelude जो poem लिखी गई है, that is an autobiographical poem by Wordsworth, but there was a thing that is going to be very kind of a epic poem he was about to going to be written, जिसके कुछ parts थे, बट यहाँ पे जो एक महाकाव्य जो लिखने का सोचा था तो उसमें वो चीज पूरा नहीं हो पाया. But you have to tell what was that philosophical poem which was in which prelude was a part, and we have the correct answer, the Recluse. The Recluse में उन्होंने लिखा है excursion को उसका पार्ट बनाया था, प्रिलूड को. बट तो यहाँ पे इसकी बात करते हैं यहाँ पे कि रेक्लॉस वाज द टाइटल ऑफ दैट वर्क, जहाँ पे 3 को पार्ट में डिवाइड करना था, उसको 3 फिलोसॉफिकल एपिक में उसको डिवाइड करना था, और उसमें से एक्सकर्सन वन ऑफ देम, द सेकंड वन इज प्रिलूड, बट थर्ड वन वाज नॉट सपोज टू स्टार्ट. सो it was incomplete work if you say that the Recluse is an incomplete work of the Wordsworth. So option B is the correct answer. Wordsworth planned a 3-part philosophical epic of which Prelude was a part and Excursion was the second part. Next, number 25 question we have. Blake's concept of contraries appears prominently in. Contraries का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है विलियम ब्लेक का, वो कहाँ पे आपको देखने को मिलता है? द मैरिज ऑफ हेवन एंड हेल, जेरूसलम, मिल्टन या बुक ऑफ यूरिजन. आंसर इज ऑप्शन ए, द मैरिज ऑफ हेवन एंड हेल इज द करेक्ट आंसर. विलियम ब्लेक बिलीव्ड good and evil, reason and energy must coexist. So there is a concept related to contraries, because if you talk about good, what is the contrary of which contrast good? That is evil, reason, energy. तो यहाँ पे ये हमारा जो है वो correct answer है. Next we have the question number 26. In Wordsworth view, the poet is a man speaking to. In Wordsworth view, poet is a man speaking to nature, speaking to men. Option C is the correct answer. यहाँ पे वर्ड्सवर्थ ने दिया है अपने प्रीफेस में जो बात करी उन्होंने, डिफाइंस द पोएट एज अ मैन स्पीकिंग टू मैन यूजिंग अ लैंग्वेज चूज टू एवरीडे स्पीच. जो एक अगर हम बात करते हैं इनका पोएटिक डिक्शन की बात करते हैं, वेरी मच फेमस we have the poetic diction of Wordsworth, and in poetic diction he talk about the common language. जो होता है एक common language की बात करते हैं जो कि easily understandable हो और लोगों को समझ में आए, लोग इसको एक दूसरे से कन्वर्स कर सके, एक दूसरे को अंडरस्टैंड कर सके. तो कॉमन लैंग्वेज और रूरल लैंग्वेज की बात करी है, एंड दैट्स व्हाई ये जो बात है यहाँ पे कि पोएट इज what about the Wordsworth view? The poet is a man speaking to man. Okay, man, this is the answer. कि हम जो बात कर रहे हैं वो किससे बात कर रहे हैं? जब उन्होंने पोएम्स लिखी हैं, he has written his poems in a such a way that it can be readable to anyone, and everyone can understand what was the main motto, what was the main thing poet is talking about, Wordsworth is talking about. And that's why he talked about that you should use a language which is a speaking language of men, and that is a लैंग्वेज क्लोज टू एवरीडे स्पीच, जो हम रोजमर्रा के दिन में अपनी बातें करते हैं. You should write in that, and that's why he followed the same thing. He followed his own ideology in his poems. Next, number 27. Which poem of Coleridge remained unfinished? We have the option Christabel, Nightingale, Aeolian Harp या Dejection and Ode. Answer is option A, Christabel. This is an unfinished work of S.T. Coleridge we have. Only 2 parts were completed, the rest were never finished due to Coleridge's ill health and opium addiction. We have the question number 28. In the Ode to the West Wind, Shelley addresses the wind. Destroyer, preserver, creator, destroyer, या love and friends, master and servant. Answer is option A, destroyer and preserver. Option A would be the answer of the question number 28. The wind destroys the old and brings seeds for new, symbolizing change. Okay, बहुत ही अच्छी, बहुत ही important poem है. Next one we have the 29. The character Manfred is the creation of Coleridge, Byron या Keats या Wordsworth. Answer is option B, Lord Byron का आंसर करेंगे. एक हम यहाँ पे Byron's dramatic poem Manfred presents a proud, guilt-ridden hero, an example of Byronic archetype. So ये कैरेक्टर के थ्रू Manfred जो कैरेक्टर है Byron का, Lord Byron का, with this character you can see the what kind of Byronic hero is all about. 30 क्वेश्चन को देखते हैं. द पोएम लंडन बाय विलियम ब्लेक क्रिटिसाइजेस. आंसर इज ऑप्शन बी इज द करेक्ट आंसर. अर्बन करप्शन एंड मिजरी को क्रिटिसाइज करते हुए पोएम लिखा हुआ है लंडन, and it portrays the moral and social decay in industrial London. 31. Who among the romantics was also a painter and engraver? Answer is option C. William Blake को हम यहाँ पे टिक करेंगे. William Blake illustrated many of his own works with visionary engravings. Okay, engraver और painter थे. जैसे engrave करना मतलब होता है किसी पत्थर पे या किसी उस पे लकड़ी पे आप उसको engrave करते हो, उस चीज को एक तरीके से visualize करते हो, उसे अपने चीजों को माइंड में जो चल रहा होता है उसको बनाते हो अपनी पेंटिंग्स को. तो दैट इज to William Blake. We have the romantic poet who was painter and an engraver also. Next, we have the question number 32. Byron died while preparing to fight for the independence of Ireland, Greece, Italy, or Poland. Answer is option B, Greece. He died of a fever in Missolonghi during the Greek War of Independence. Number 33. The world is too much with us is a sonnet by. This is a sonnet by William Wordsworth. Option D is the correct answer. The poem laments materialism and the loss of connection with nature. Materialistic चीजों के बारे में पोएम बात करता है कि किस तरीके से how people are very much materialistic and they are after these things only, and also they are keeping away from the natural beauty, from the nature, and that's why he had written this poem. The world is too much with us. This is a sonnet by William Wordsworth. 34. Which romantic poet was nicknamed mad, bad, and dangerous to know? Oh, wow, this is a very nice line. And you have to go who was nicknamed as these words, with these words, mad, bad, and dangerous to know. Byron, Shelley, Coleridge या Keats. Answer is option A. Lord Byron is the correct answer. Option A को हम यहाँ पे टिक करेंगे. The description was given by Lady Caroline Lamb, one of his lover. Okay, this is the title, or you can say this was the description about Lord Byron was given by her lady lover, that was Lady Caroline Lamb. Number 35. The poem Frost at Midnight reflects on political revolution, childhood, and nature. या है ऑप्शन सी सुपरनेचुरल विजन्स, या ऑप्शन डी डेथ एंड ग्रीफ. आंसर इज ऑप्शन बी childhood and nature is the correct answer. Coleridge meditates of his own childhood and his hopes for his son's upbringing in nature. Frost at midnight की बात हो रही, कॉलरिज का वर्क है ये, और जहाँ पे वो मेडिटेट करते हैं अपने बच्चे के चाइल्डहुड का, और वो ये सोचते हैं कि उसका जो चाइल्डहुड हो, उसकी जो अपब्रिंगिंग हो अपने उसके बेटे की, वो नेचर में किस तरीके से हो. दैट इज द फ्रॉस्ट एट द मिडनाइट. Number 36. In Blake's mythology, Urizen represents. Answer is option B is the correct answer. Urizen represents oppression and restrictive reason. This is the Urizen embodies law, order, and limiting rationality in Blake's symbolic system. William Blake का वर्क है Urizen, जिसमें उन्होंने ऑपरेशन एंड रेस्ट्रिक्टिव रीजंस के बारे में बात करी है. 37 को देखते हैं. Romantic emphasis on the sublime was influenced by the philosophy of. This is the philosophy that was by option B is the correct answer. Edmund Burke ने दिया हुआ है ये philosophy sublime से, जिस sublime से romantic में जो emphasize था sublimity का, वो जो दिया है philosophy वो किसकी है? एडमंड बर्ग की है. बर्ग philosophical inquiry linked to the sublime with awe, terror and grandeur. Number 38 we have Keats' unfinished epic poem is titled Hyperion, Endymion, Lamia, yes, Eve of St. Agnes. Answer is option A is the correct answer. Hyperion is a unfinished epic poem of John Keats we have here. So option यहाँ पे हम Hyperion को correct करेंगे. Keats abandoned this Miltonic poem, later revising it as the fall of Hyperion. Okay. 39. Which romantic poet came from a humble farming background? Answer is option C is the correct answer. Clare. John Clare is the correct answer. Known as the peasant poet who wrote vividly about the rural life. पीजेंट पोएट के नेम से जॉन क्लेयर को जाना जाता है, और इन्होंने किस बारे में बात की? रूरल लाइफ को बहुत एक because he belongs to the humble family, farming background. So he was very close to that things which we talk about rural life, or which Wordsworth had talked about in his work, in his poems about the rural and rustic life. That was felt by, that was experienced by this poet, John Clare, and so he had very vividly, very in a crystal clear way, he had given the description of the rural life. 39 के बाद 40 को देखते हैं. Which work by Byron is a satirical epic poem? Out of these four options, the answer is Don Juan. बहुत ही famous work है ये poem है. Long satirical poem humorously subvert the legendary lover's image. One of the very important work of the Lord Byron, we have Don Juan, and this is a satirical poem by him. Next, we have the question number 41. Tintin Abbey was composed during a walking tour along with which river? You have to go for the right answer. अगर हम बात करते हैं, इसका पूरा टाइटल आपने पढ़ा होगा टिंटन एबे का, तो वो उसमें आपको उस पोएम का नेम मेंशन है. द ऑप्शन बी वुड बी द करेक्ट आंसर. वे, ऑप्शन बी, वे. Wordsworth revisited the Wey Valley after 5 years and reflected on nature's supernatural या spiritual influence के बारे में इस बात करी है. तो ऑप्शन बी को हम करेक्ट करेंगे. Tintin Abbey was composed during a walking tour along with River Wey. Okay. Number 42. Which romantic poet often used conversation poems? आंसर इज ऑप्शन सी, एस टी कॉलरिज. एस टी कॉलरिज ने कन्वर्सेशन पोएम्स, जो स्टाइल थी पोएम लिखने की, उसको यूज करा हुआ है. स्टाइल means personal reflection with philosophical thought. Both things he delivered at the same time in his conversation poem. 43. Keats trained professionally as a, Keats trained professionally as a doctor. Option B would be the answer of the question number. We have the 43. He studies medicine before devoting himself to poetry. So he was also अगर हम प्रोफेशन की बात करते हैं, इससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन बहुत बार एग्जाम में पूछा गया है कि किसी भी राइटर से रिलेटेड पूछा जा सकता है, इफ दे हैड सम अदर प्रोफेशन बिफोर राइटिंग, बिफोर adopting his career as a writer और as a literary career अडॉप्ट करने से पहले. ऐसे बहुत से हैं, तो Keats is one of them, and Keats was a professionally a trained doctor. Number 44, we have the phrase willing suspension of disbelief attributed to. This is the term, this is the phrase given by S.T. Coleridge. We have the option D in the answer. It describes the reader acceptance of improbable elements for poetic effects. तो रीडर्स जो होता है वो, यह विलिंग सस्पेंशन ऑफ डिसबिलीफ का मतलब हुआ कि पोएटिक इफेक्ट के लिए जो भी चीजों का यूज होता है, तो रीडर्स उसको एक्सेप्ट करता है कि इट माइट बी, किसी चीज को डिलीवर करने के लिए या एक्सप्रेस करने के लिए अच्छे तरीके से, अगर पोएटिक डिवाइस में, पोएटिक इफेक्ट में उस चीज को ले आया जाता है टू एनहांस द इफेक्ट, तो वहां पे इस चीज के बारे में बात होती है कि दैट इज द ओके, दैट इज ओके थिंग, दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग एंड इट शुड बी यूज. तो ये पोएट का, रीडर्स का जो होता है एक एक्सेप्टेंस होता है. नंबर 45. Which romantic poet used the pen name Elia in his essays? Option B is the correct answer. चार्ल्स लैम्ब को हम जानते हैं एलिया के नेम से, उनका पेन नेम था एसेज ऑफ एलिया, जिन्होंने कलेक्शंस लिखे हुए हैं. तो रोमांटिक एसेज थे, पब्लिश्ड हिज एसेज ऑफ एलिया. नंबर 46. Which poem is subtitled Line Composed a Few Miles Above Tintern Abbey? That is the poem. ऑप्शन बी इज द करेक्ट आंसर. टिंटन एबे के बारे में बात कर रही है. इसका और थोड़ा सा लंबा नाम है, लेकिन ये सब टाइटल है टिंटन एबे. जो पोएम सब टाइटल्ड है वो है टिंटन एबे. इसका नाम है फुल लाइन्स composed a few miles above Tintern Abbey, and in which he had talked about memory. He reflects on memory, nature, and personal growth, things he talked about in his poem. Number 46. Which romantic poet describes poetry as the best word in the best order? This is the described by S.T. Coleridge. In his critical writings, Coleridge defined poetry in this concise and memorable way. 48. Who wrote The Prisoners of Ceylon? Answer is option A is the correct answer, Lord Byron. This narrative poem was inspired by political imprisonment of Francois Bonaparte. 49. We have P.B. Shelley's Prometheus Unbound is modeled after the work of. This is modeled after the work of the Aeschylus. Option B is the correct answer. It is a lyrical drama inspired by the ancient tragedy Prometheus Bound. Prometheus Unbound जो है वो Prometheus Bound वर्क जो Aeschylus का है, एंशियंट ट्रेजेडी है, ग्रीक ट्रेजेडी, उनसे इंस्पायर्ड है, एंड दैट्स व्हाई ऑप्शन बी वुड बी द करेक्ट आंसर, क्योंकि modeled after the work of that is Aeschylus and that the work is Prometheus Bound. 50 question देखते हैं. Here we have the 50 number question. The Eve of St. Agnes is a narrative poem by, we have the option C is the correct answer, Keats. The romantic narrative blend medieval legend with serious imagery. 51. Wordsworth became poet laureate in the year. This is the very important question. In the year 1843 is the answer. Option C is the correct answer. He held the position until his death in 1850. 52. The character Alastor in Shelley's poem represents. Alastor, Shelley's poem represents the character which is a visionary poet. Option B is the correct answer. This is the in Alastor or Spirit of Solitude, the protagonist seeks ideal beauty and dies in pursuit of it. So he represents Shelley's poem. This poem Alastor represents the character of the a visionary poet, that is the character Alastor. 53 we have which poet's early work was influenced by the French Revolution. Early work was influenced by the Wordsworth. फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन से वर्ड्सवर्थ का वर्क जो है अर्ली वर्क्स इनके वो बहुत ज़्यादा इन्फ्लुएंस है, बिकॉज ही वॉज द इनिशियली वॉज द सपोर्टर ऑफ द फ्रेंच रेवोल्यूशन एंड लेटर बिकेम disillusioned with the revolution and violence, okay, because he was nature poet, he was very much inclined towards nature, that's why his focus, his idea of writing about the things related to revolution and its violence, its consequences, that was changed after, but initially he supported the movement, that is the French Revolution. And if there was the in question, the option there was a Shelley, so Shelley was a great admirer, great follower of the French Revolution. He was also known as the revolutionary poet, but here he was not mentioned in a comment section, in a options here. That's why Wordsworth को हम करेक्ट करेंगे. Initially चीजों की बात हो रही है, अर्ली वर्क्स की बात हो रही है, so Wordsworth is the answer. 54. The rhyme of the ancient mariner, the albatross is a symbol of. albatross जो होता है एक बर्ड होता है, किसका सिंबल होता है? अगर आपने द राइम ऑफ द एंशिएंट मारिनर पढ़ी है तो इसमें जो है आंसर इज ऑप्शन बी, गिल्ट एंड बर्डन. द राइम ऑफ द एंशिएंट मारिनर कॉलरिज का वर्क है, एंड द किलिंग द बर्ड ब्रिंग्स अ कर्स अपॉन द मारिनर एंड हिज क्रू. तो ये एक है, किसकी बात हो रही है? बर्ड जो एल्बाट्रॉस है वो किसकी बात कर रहा है? गिल्ट एंड बर्डन को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है, तो ऑप्शन बी इज द आंसर. नेक्स्ट नंबर 55. The Lamb and the Chimney Sweepers are the poems by. This is the poems by. Poems from पूछा जा रहा है, कहाँ से ये ली गई हैं? Songs of Innocence, Songs of Experience, Milton and Jerusalem. Answer is option A, Songs of Innocence. ये हम यहाँ पे बात करेंगे, विलियम ब्लेक की बात करेंगे. They explores purity and social injustice through childlike perspectives. Question number 56 we have, who wrote the history of the Abderites? Blake, Coleridge, Byron, या none of these? Answer is option D, none of these. This is not a romantic work. It is related to historical context, and ये जो बात करते हैं, this is the work of Christopher Martin, and this was written before the Romantic era. Number 57. Which poem describes a stately pleasure dome? Answer is option B, Kubla Khan by Coleridge is the answer. Coleridge described the exotic palace of Kubla Khan, and that's why this is a stately pleasure dome this the poem describes. Next number question number 58. Which poet's death was partly due to a duel? यहाँ पे एक मतलब लड़ाई की वजह से जो पोएट का जो है वो डेथ हुई है, that was the partly reason of this. Answer is option, यहाँ पे डी को करेंगे, इनमें से कोई नहीं है. Died in duel. This is a trick knowledge check. ये क्वेश्चन कुछ ऐसे तरीके से पूछा जा सकता है आपका कि समटाइम्स ऐसे क्वेश्चन पूछ सकता है, नॉट रिलेटेड टू दी रोमांटिक पोएट्स. नंबर 59. वर्ड्सवर्थ माइकल इज अ. tragic drama, pastoral narrative poem, satire, sonnet sequence. Answer is option B. Pastoral narrative poem is the correct answer. Option B को हम करेंगे. It tells the story of shepherd and his son, focusing on rural life and loss. आंसर को हमने यहाँ पे बी को टिक करा है. माइकल इज अ वर्क. माइकल इसमें मेन कैरेक्टर है और अपने सन, उस एक शेफर्ड और उसके सन के बारे में बात हो रही है. अगले क्वेश्चन को हम देखते हैं यहाँ पे 60 नंबर क्वेश्चन. इन ओ टू नाइटिंगेल कीट्स envies the bird for its immortality through song, freedom to travel, bright plum. Yeah, next number D option is ability to see at night. Answer is option A is the correct answer. जो kids जो है वो envy करता है bird को because it has a immortality through song. The bird song transcends time and human sufferings. Shelley's The Mask of Anarchy was written after. This is written after the Peterloo Massacre. Option B would be the correct answer. It is a political poem condemning oppression. मतलब आप जो पतन है, ऑपरेशन है, उसको कंडेम करते हुए ये पोएम शेले ने लिखा है, मास्क ऑफ अनार्की. And question number 62, Beron's Beronic hero often displays. Answer is option B is the correct answer. ये क्वेश्चन हमने ऑलरेडी मेंशन कर रखा है, इसको पढ़ रखा है. तो the characters, Beronic characters are complex, proud and troubled. ऑप्शन यहाँ पे बी होगा. वैसे इंटेलेक्चुअल एरोगेंस एंड मेलांकली होता है बेरोनिक हीरोज का जो एक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है या फीचर है, क्या क्या चीजें एक बेरोनिक हीरो में होती हैं. And also these are the complex, proud and troubled character. Number 63, A Defense of Poetry was written by, we have the option C is the answer, Shelley. It defends poetry as a vital force for moral and social progress. 64, which romantic poet wrote the Peasant Poet autobiography? The Peasant Poet, this is a autobiographical work. Who had written this? Option A is the correct answer, John Clare, who was from the very farming family. And John Clare was known for his humble origin and autobiographical writings. 65, we have the question. Which of these is a satirical work by Byron? The Geword, Don Juan, Manfred, या Corsair? Answer is option B is the correct answer, Don Juan. This is a satirical work. Byron uses humor and irony to reinterpret the legendary lover. 66 क्वेश्चन है, इसका आंसर ऑलरेडी यहाँ पे मेंशन है. किड्स ला बेली डैम्स एंड मर्सी दिस इज अ बैलेड. ऑप्शन बी इज द करेक्ट आंसर. इट टेल्स अ हंटिंग स्टोरी ऑफ अ नाइट enchanted by a mysterious lady. That's why the if we talk about La Belle Dance and Mercy in English translation, this is a translation, a lady without love, without mercy. A lady without mercy is a English ट्रांसलेशन ऑफ ला बेली डैम्स एंड मर्सी पोएम. एंड जहाँ पे एक नाइट क्या होता है, वो इंचैंट हो जाता है एक मिस्टीरियस लेडी के प्यार में, जो कि बहुत ही खूबसूरत होती है. तो दिस इज अ स्टोरी, अ बैलेड स्टोरी, बैलेड है यहाँ पे. ऑप्शन डी बी को यहाँ पे हम टिक करेंगे. ऑप्शन बी इज द करेक्ट आंसर ऑफ द क्वेश्चन नंबर 66 वी हैव. नंबर 67, द सॉन्ग इन सॉन्ग्स ऑफ इनोसेंस द चिमनी स्वीपर हाईलाइट्स चाइल्ड लेबर एक्सप्लॉयटेशन. ऑप्शन बी इज द करेक्ट आंसर. विलियम ब्लेक ने जो कंडेम किया हुआ है सोशल एंड चर्च हाइपोक्रेसी को और चाइल्ड लेबर एक्सप्लॉयटेशन को, इस वर्क में द चिमनी स्वीपर द सॉन्ग ऑफ इनोसेंस का जो ये कलेक्शन है, इसमें एक पोएम इंक्लूडेड है चिमनी स्वीपर्स, जिसमें इसके बारे में बात की है. 68 देखते हैं. विच रोमांटिक पोएट वाज हेवीली इंस्पायर्ड बाय ग्रीक मैथोलॉजी. ऑप्शन सी इज द आंसर. कीट्स के बारे में बात करेंगे. कीट्स वर वेरी मच इन्फ्लुएंस्ड विद द Greek mythology and Greek art and sculpture and all these things. His culture, Greek culture, was also very much influenced John Keats. His Endymion, Hyperion, and odes are rich in classical references from Greek mythology. 69 we have the visionary company refers to. The visionary company refers to option D, prophetic poets and the past. Option D is the answer. In the prelude, Wordsworth imagines joining a company of great poets. तो विजनरी कंपनी जो बात करी है वो है प्रोफेटिक पोएट्स ऑफ द पास्ट. उनके कंपनी को, क्योंकि ऑटोबायोग्राफिकल वर्क है, तो व्हाट वाज द थिंग्स of Wordsworth, how he treated, how he reacted, what was his vision. He had given all that things in his autobiographical work, and that's why in the prelude, he talked about visionary company, that the company refers to the prophetic poets of the past. मीन्स जो एक उपदेशात्मक, एक ज्ञानात्मक, धर्मात्मक पोएट्स थे पास्ट के, एंशिएंट टाइम्स के, उनसे वो एक तरीके से मिलना चाहते थे, उनसे उनके साथ कंपनी ज्वाइन करना चाहते थे. 70 questions here we have on the screen. Who wrote on first looking into Chapman's Homer? Byron, Shelley, Keats, or we have the option D is Wordsworth. Answer is option C is the correct answer. Keats को यहाँ पे टिक करेंगे. On first looking into Chapman's Homer, this is a sonnet expresses Keats' excitement at discovering Homer through Chapman's translation. Here we have the next number question. The poem Jerusalem is by Blake, Shelley, Byron, or Keats. Answer is option A, William Blake. Jerusalem is a poem. This is envision building a spiritual city in England. Answer is option A. 71 क्वेश्चन है. जेरूसलम को जो बात हुई, एक स्पिरिचुअल सिटी जो है इंग्लैंड में बनाने का एनविजन करते हैं जेरूसलम, क्योंकि एक बहुत ही स्पिरिचुअल जगह है जहाँ पे जेरूसलम है, जहाँ पे जीसस क्राइस्ट का बर्थ हुआ था. तो विलियम ब्लेक ने अपने पोएम में इसको एक तरीके से इन्विजन किया हुआ है रिलेटेड टू दिस स्पिरिचुअल सिटी. Number 72. Which romantic poet served briefly as a spy? Byron, Coleridge, Shelley, none of these. Answer is Coleridge. Option B is the correct answer. There is a speculation he spied for the government while in Germany. Option served briefly as a spy, that is Coleridge. Coleridge as a spy उन्होंने काम करा हुआ है. और कहाँ पे काम किया हुआ है? गवर्नमेंट इन जर्मनी, स्पाइड फॉर द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ जर्मनी. जर्मनी के गवर्नमेंट के लिए इन्होंने एज ए स्पाई बहुत ही शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए काम किया हुआ है. 73. Milton, thou shouldst be living at this hour is an opening of. We have the answer, that is London. 802 is the correct answer by Wordsworth. ये पोएम जो है वर्ड्सवर्थ ने लिखी हुई है. और मिल्टन, thou shouldst be living at this hour, क्योंकि इस टाइम पे होते तो यहाँ पे जो है कि ग्रेट कंपनीज के साथ में मैं काम करना चाहता हूँ या बैठना चाहता हूँ, तो एक सिनेरियो अलग होता. वर्ड्सवर्थ कॉल अपॉन मिल्टन्स मॉरल स्पिरिट टू गाइड इंग्लैंड. यस, क्योंकि दिस टाइम इंग्लैंड इज वेरी मच on its decay, on its spiritual, there is no kind of religion, there is no kind of spirituality to follow, no moral things left in England. And वर्ड्सवर्थ एक उसी चीज के बारे में बात करते हैं. पीपल आर going after materialistic things, they are only talking about worldly things, they are living their life in such a way, and that's why मिल्टन को इस तरीके से उन्होंने एक तरीके से इन्वोक किया है, इन्वोकेशन करा हुआ है यहाँ पे कि आप होते तो बात कुछ और होती. तो यू शुड बी लिविंग एट दिस आवर, यहाँ पे इस टाइम पे होना चाहिए था आपको. 74. Keats' bright star is a. This is a sonnet. Option A is the answer. Friends, one more important thing for you all, that next class would be on literary criticism, which is prescribed in your syllabus of DSSB TGT English. तो लिटरेरी थियरी एंड लिटरेरी क्रिटिसिज्म से रिलेटेड हम जो अपनी नेक्स्ट क्लास के लेके आएंगे, उसके लिए प्लीज प्रिपेयर रहिए. और आप सभी इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो प्लीज डू सब्सक्राइब दिस चैनल एंड प्रेस द नोटिफिकेशन बेल आइकन. एंड ऑल्सो one more request to you all, please hit the like button. 75. Which romantic poet wrote Confessions of an English Opium Eaters? This is written by Dick Quenchie. Option B is the correct answer. This is autobiographical work, explores opium addiction and visionary experiences. So Dick Quenchie was also very much opium addicted poet person, and Confession of an English Opium Eater is written by Dick Quenchie. This is an autobiographical work because he had confessed about his opium eating. That's why option B would be the answer. 76. Shelley's Queen Mab is. This is a philosophical poem. Option C would be the correct answer. तो इसका फुल टाइटल भी अगर आप बात कर लो कि ये है क्वीन मैब, अ philosophical poem which was published in the year 1813 and criticized organized religion and monarchy. Option यहाँ पे हम C को करेक्ट करेंगे. It is a philosophical poem and it criticized organized religion and monarchy. 76. Which romantic work is set during the Crusades? Answer is option D, all of these. And this is all the work of the Barons. Often set his tales in exotic historical context की बारे में बात की है बेरॉन ने. The poem Giaour, The Bridge of Abydos and Seas of Corinth. These all are the poems of Byron which talks about which is set during the Crusades, जो की बात करती है. और ये यहाँ पे लिखा गया है हिस्टोरिकल कॉन्टेक्स्ट के बारे में बात करते हुए. Number 78. Which poet works was often criticized for Cockney School Association? Cockney School Association से किसका वर्क जो है वो क्रिटिसाइज किया जाता है, किस वजह से? दैट इज ऑप्शन बी, कीट्स. कंजर्वेटिव क्रिटिक्स मॉक्ड हिज हम्बल बैकग्राउंड एंड स्टाइल. तो यहाँ पे कोकनी स्कूल को उसको एक तरीके से इस फ्रेज से इससे एसोसिएट करके उसको क्रीड्स के वर्क को क्रिटिसाइज किया जाता है कि बिकॉज दे आर वेरी इमेच्योर, देयर इज नो थिंग्स विच इज very seriousness and some relevant things he had not talked about in his works. That's why this thing was said by the conservative critics who mocked about the style of the John Keats. 79. Mutability is a theme often linked with. Mutability is a theme often linked with Shelley. Option C को करेक्ट करते हैं. Mutability यहाँ पे होगा रिवोल्यूशन से रिलेटेड, एक तरीके का विद्रोही जिसको बोलते हैं उससे रिलेट करता हुआ होगा. तो ऑप्शन C correct answer है. He often meditated as a impermanence in works like Mutability and Ode on to the West Wind. Number 80. Wordsworth Lucy poems explores political revolution या है love and loss, heroic deeds या urban life. ऑप्शन यहाँ पे हम B को करेक्ट करेंगे, love and loss. लूसी पोएम जो है वो लव लॉस को एक्सप्लोर करते हुए लिखा गया है. They present an idealized mysterious young women who dies. 81. William Blake's Holy Thursday portrays. This portrays a children's charity service. Option B is the answer. Social attitude towards poor children को describe करते हुए ये वर्क लिखा है Holy Thursday by William Blake. Number 82. Who wrote Peter Bell? Peter Bell is written by Wordsworth. Option B is the answer. This is a narrative poem about morally indifferent man transferred by नेचर. यस, मॉरली इंडिफरेंट मैन जो कि है, और वो किसकी वजह से ट्रांसफॉर्म हुआ है? ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, देयर इज अ काइंड ऑफ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन बाय नेचर इन हिम. एंड द पीटर वेल इज अ नैरेटिव पोएम बाय विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ. 83. द सॉलिटरी रीपर इज सेट इन. इसकी सेटिंग कहाँ है सॉलिटरी रीपर की? ऑप्शन ए इज द करेक्ट आंसर, आयरलैंड. वर्ड्सवर्थ डिस्क्राइब्स अ हाईलैंड गर्ल सिंगिंग एज शी वर्क्स. 84. Keats' Ode on Melancholy advises. This advises embracing beauty to counter sorrow. और to melancholy क्या? ब्यूटी को embrace करो, अपने sorrow को काउंटर करने के लिए, उसको खत्म करने के लिए, उसको एक तरीके से जवाब देने के लिए you should embrace beauty. Joy and beauty are inseparable from transience. Number 85. Byron's Cain is. What is the Byron's Cain? This is a tragedy in verse. It retells the biblical story with philosophical questioning. 86. Ode intimation of immortality reflects option B is the correct answer, and this reflects childhood divine vision. Option B is the answer. Wordsworth laments the fading of spiritual perception with age. 87. Shelley is drowned off the coast of. Option B is the correct answer, Italy. He drowned near Viareggio in 1822. तो वो जो टाइम था, जगह थी, जो कोर्स था वो इटाली का कोर्स था. ऑप्शन बी को हम यहाँ पे टिक करेंगे. 88. The romantic fascination with medievalism is seen in. This is seen in all of these, क्योंकि यहाँ पे अगर हम बात करते हैं Scott's The Lady of the Last Minstrel, Coleridge Christabel एंड कीट्स La Belle Dame Sans Mercy, ये सब चीजें जो है वो मिडलिज्म के बारे में बात करती हैं. और एक मिडलिज्म, दिस इज ऑल्सो काइंड ऑफ थीम एंड सेटिंग रिवाइव्ड एट द टाइम ऑफ द रोमांटिसिज्म या रोमांटिक लिटरेचर में इस चीज को रिवाइव किया गया था. 89. Nature never did betray the heart that loved her is from. This is from the Cinta Neve. Option B. Wordsworth expresses his faith in nature moral influences. ऑप्शन यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन 90 को टिक करेंगे, हम क्वेश्चन देखेंगे. Who among the romantics was known for radical political view and advocacy of atheism? Answer is option B. Shelley. Shelley is the correct answer. ऑप्शन बी को करेक्ट करेंगे. जो पॉलिटिकल व्यू एडवोकेसी ऑफ एथेइज्म के बारे में बात करता है वो है पोएट पीबी शेले. ही वर्क्स अटैक मोनार्की, रिलीजन एंड सोशल इनजस्टिस. उनके जो वर्क्स लिखे हैं उन्होंने जिसमें अटैक करा हुआ है मोनार्की में और रिलीजन पे बात की है, सोशल इनजस्टिस के बारे में बात की है. 91. हु रोट इजाबेल और द पॉट ऑफ बेसिल? आंसर इज ऑप्शन सी. कीट्स ने लिखा है. This is the poem by John Keats. The narrative poem adapts a tale from Boccaccio's Decameron, mixing romance and tragedy. 92 week question को देखेंगे. Please do like the session, friends, and I hope you are enjoying the class. Important questions which we are discussing here, they are very important for your all exams. If you are talking about going for DSSB, UPTGT, UPLD grade, they all are very important. So don't be confused कि ये सिर्फ DSSB के लिए है. You can also prepare for other exams. These questions may be asked in your examination because all things, if we talk about literature, everything from any ages, from any poet, they can ask any question. So number 92 देखते हैं. आंसर भी के साथ में ये क्वेश्चन है. इन कुबला खान द sunless sea refers to. The sunless sea refers to ऑप्शन यहाँ पे ए को टिक करेंगे. एंड अंडरग्राउंड रिवर. Coleridge describes a subterranean river flowing on to a dark sea. Number 93. Wordsworth Regulation and Independence feature. This is features a leech gatherer. Leech gatherer becomes a symbol of endurance. Number 94. The poem Adonis is a modeled after. This is modeled after Milton's Lycidas. Shelley uses pastoral elegy from form to mourn Keats' death. 95. Which poet describes imagination as the faculty which unites reason and feeling? Answer is option C. Coleridge. जो रीजन और फीलिंग को यूनाइट करता है वो फैकल्टी जो है वो इमेजिनेशन को डिस्क्राइब किया है कि दिस इज द फैकल्टी विच यूनाइट्स रीजन एंड फीलिंग्स. इमेजिनेशन में आप ये चीज सोचते हो जहाँ पे रीजन और फीलिंग दोनों साथ में होती है. ऐसा जो एक डिस्क्रिप्शन दिया है, डिस्क्राइब किया है इमेजिनेशन को, वो किस पोएट ने डिस्क्राइब किया है? आंसर इज ऑप्शन सी. ही डिस्टिंग्विश बिटवीन प्राइमरी एंड सेकेंडरी इमेजिनेशन, क्योंकि अपने वर्क में कॉलरिज ने बताया है व्हाट इज इमेजिनेशन एंड ही डिवाइडेड इमेजिनेशन इन टू पार्ट्स, बायोग्राफिया, लिटरेरिया. दिस इज द क्रिटिकल वर्क ऑफ कॉलरिज. क्रिटिकल वर्क. ओके, यहाँ पे मैं मेंशन कर दे रही हूँ. 96. We have Lucy poems. The Lucy poems were mostly written between. This is written between the time of the 1798 to 1801. Option B is the answer. Wordsworth composed them during his time in Germany and Lake Districts. लेक डिस्ट्रिक्ट में जब थे एंड जर्मनी में जब थे वो, तो उस टाइम ड्यूरेशन में इन्होंने ये पोएम को लिखा है, लूसी पोएम्स को, जो कि 1798 से 1801 के बीच में था. 97. Shelley's Mont Blanc explores the option B, the mind's perception of nature's vastness. 97. The phrase life of sensation rather than thoughts is associated with. This is associated with Keats. Life of sensations rather than thoughts. In a later, Keats describes his ideal poetic temperament in these terms. जिसमें अपने बारे में बात की है, अपने पोएटिक जो टर्म है उनके बारे में ये बताया हुआ है, अपनी आइडियोलॉजी को डिस्कस करा हुआ है. Blake's London contains the phrase chartered street. Option A is the answer. It criticizes the economic and political control over London. तो अपने लंदन को क्रिटिसाइज करते हुए लंदन को जो यूज किया है वर्ड, वो चार्टर्ड स्ट्रीट के नेम से यूज किया है, वो फ्रेज यूज करा हुआ है, क्योंकि इकोनॉमिक और पॉलिटिकल कंट्रोल को जो लंदन में चल रहा है उस पे ऊपर है, उसको क्रिटिसाइज करते हुए विलियम लेक ने ये फ्रेज दिया है. 100 क्वेश्चन. Beron's the Corsair is this is a ओरिएंटल टेल इन वर्स, जो पायरेट हीरो को बारे में बात करता है एक्सोटिक सेटिंग्स के. Number next 101. Keats Hyperion deals with option B, overthrow of the Titans. It draw on Greek mythology in Miltonic style. कील्स का जो हाइपेरियन है वो मिल्टॉनिक स्टाइल पे बेस्ड ऑन है. 102 क्वेश्चन को देखते हैं. द मैरिज ऑफ हेवन एंड हेल इज रिटन इन. दिस इज रिटन इन प्रोज एंड विद ग्रेव प्लेट्स. विलियम ब्लेक ने जैसे बात की, ही वॉज इनग्रेवर एंड पेंटर ऑल्सो, तो ही कंबाइंड illuminated paintings with poetic prose, and the heaven of man and hell is written in prose with engraved plates. Number 103, Shelley's The Cloud symbolizes that it symbolizes change and renewal. Option B, the cloud cycle of transformation mirrors nature's regeneration. नेचर के रीजनरेशन के बारे में ये क्लाउड्स का जो साइकिल ऑफ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है वो बात करता है. तो इस यहाँ पे जो सिंबलाइज कर रहा है वो चेंज एंड रिन्यूअल को सिंबलाइज कर रहा है. 104, Veron's Don Juan was left unfinished at. किस कैंटो में इसको अनफिनिश किया है उन्होंने, मतलब ये है 16 नंबर कैंटो तक था. इसके बाद ये इसी में इसको अनफिनिश कर दिया था वेरॉन ने, मतलब ये कंप्लीट नहीं हो पाया. तो कैंटो नंबर 16 was unfinished. Before Veron died before completing his satirical epic. Don Juan एक satirical epic है जिसको कंप्लीट करने से पहले ही इनकी डेथ हो गई थी, और 16 नंबर was the canto which was unfinished. Number 105, Coleridge Rejection and Ode deals with. This is the work deals with. Option B is the answer, loss of creative imagination. It laments emotional paralysis and poetic sterility. Number 106, which romantic poet translated Goethe's first? Answer is option D, none of these. ये जो था ये, this is not one of the first lesson word by other lesser known writer. दिस इज ए रैंडम क्वेश्चन, ऐसे ही पूछ लिया गया यहाँ पे. 107 भी है, पोएट्स आर द unacknowledged legislator of the world. Is a quote from. This is a quote from P.B. Shelley's Defense of Poetry. Very important work. Shelley saw poets as shaping morals and social consciousness. So poets are the unacknowledged legislator of the world. 108. The subtitle of Coleridge's Ancient Mariner is. This is option A vision in a dream. This emphasizes its dream-like quality. Okay, that's why this was the subtitle as the A Vision in a Dream by S.T. Coleridge. 109. Which romantic poet used Spenserian stanza in Childe Harold's Pilgrimage? Answer is option B. Childe Harold Pilgrimage में वेरॉन ने Spenserian stanza का यूज करा हुआ है, and it was modeled upon on Spenser. 9 line का stanza थी. 8 lines are in iambic pentameter and 9th line is in iambic hexameter. 110. Work without hope draws nectar in a sieve. This is from Coleridge's Work Without Hope. Option B is the answer. This line reflects despair and creative stagnation. So Work Without Hope draws nectar in sieve is the from S.T. Coleridge's Work Without Hope. 111. The first version of the prelude was composed in. This was composed in the year 1805. The first version जो था 1805 में compose किया गया था. This is an early version was published posthumously. There is a difference friends. Compose and publish होना दोनों अलग चीजें हैं. तो compose जो हुआ था first version of prelude was composed in the year 1805. ये compose हो चुका था ये poem prelude के name से, but it was published in the year 1850 after the death of Wordsworth by his wife. This autobiographical work of Wordsworth was published. 112. Who wrote A Vision of Judgment as a parody of Southey's poem? Answer is option B, Veron. Next, number 113. In the rhyme of the ancient mariner, death in life is a. This is a ghostly woman. Death in life is a ghostly woman. She wins the mariner's soul in a dice game. Number 114. When I have fears that I may cease to be is by. This is by the Keats. Option A is the answer. The sonnet reflects on mortality and artistic ambition. Next one we have the 15 number 115. Veron's Hebrew melodies includes. This includes option B and C का करेक्ट करेंगे. अब C को करेक्ट करेंगे जिसमें A and B ऑप्शन दोनों आ जाता है. Hebrew melodies includes She Walks in Beauty and the Destruction of Sennacherib. These lyric adapts biblical themes. Okay, दो lyrics हैं जो ये biblical theme पे based on है. 116 क्वेश्चन को देखते हैं. Blake's The Garden of Love criticizes the religious repression. 117 Roll on Thou Deep and Dark Blue Ocean. This is from the Child Herald Pilgrimage by Byron. Byron glorifies the sea majesty and freedom. सी की majesty को, जो समंदर है उसकी majesty को और freedom को enjoy करते हुए, glorify करते हुए ये poem लिखी है, line लिखी है. Roll on thou deep and dark blue ocean, roll. Number 118. In Ode on a Grecian Urn, the urn is called. This is called a foster child of silence and slow time. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है, इसको जरूर दीजिएगा, ध्यान दीजिएगा आप लोग. ओड ऑन अ ग्रेशियन बाय कीट्स. कीट्स ने पर्सोनिफाई किया है अर्न को एज अ टाइमलेस ऑब्जेक्ट. तो यहाँ पे अ फॉस्टर चाइल्ड ऑफ साइलेंस एंड स्लो टाइम. 119 ब्लेक्स प्रोफेटिक बुक्स इंक्लूड. दिस इंक्लूड्स ऑप्शन डी ऑल ऑफ दीज. मिल्टन, जेरूसलम. प्रोफेटिक बुक्स है एक उपदेशात्मक जिसमें कुछ बातें हैं, मोरल चीजों के बारे में बात हुई है, मैथोलॉजी के बारे में बात हुई है. They form a complex personal mythology. Number 120. Poetry should surprise by a fine excess is a remark by. This is a remark by option A, Keats. Number 121. Shelley's To a Skylark compares the bird to all of these. Rose से compare करता है, Spirit से compare करता है शैली ने Skylark को और Star से. तो ये multiple metaphor को दिया गया है, यूज किया गया है to convey its ethereal nature. 122. Which romantic poet served as a member of parliament? Answer is option A, Byron. Lord Byron as a member of parliament ने serve किया हुआ है. Spoke in support of social reform. 123. Keats' Ode on a indolence portrays. This ode on a indolence portrays the three allegorical figure. Option 1 is the correct answer. Love, ambition and poesy tempt by the speaker. Number 124. In the preface to Lyrical Ballads is considered the manifesto of English Romanticism. Who wrote it? It was written by Wordsworth. Option B को correct करेंगे. Wordsworth wrote preface in 1800. This was the edition explaining romantic ideals of beauty. 125. Which poem by Coleridge is supernatural ballad from Lyrical Ballads? This is Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Option D को correct करेंगे. ये लॉन्ग नैरेटिव पोएम है. सुपर इवेंट्स और मॉरल एलिगरी को यूज करते हुए एस टी कॉलरिज ने ये सुपर नेचुरल बैले लिखा है, विच वॉज इंक्लूडेड इन lyrical ballads. Number 126. Which romantic poet was known for his revolutionary political ideas? We all know Shelley is the correct answer. Option C को correct करेंगे. Next one, 127. The poem Ozymandias is about. This is about the transience of human power. 128. Which poet wrote Child Herald Pilgrimage? Answer is option B. Byron को हम यहाँ पर टिक करेंगे. Reflects the travel and melancholic reflections, introducing the Byronic hero. Byronic hero को introduce करते हुए Child Herald Pilgrimage Byron ने लिखा हुआ है. 129. Who wrote the Ewe of St. Agnes? This is written by Keats. ऑप्शन सी को करेक्ट करेंगे. 1819 में ये नैरेटिव पोएम जो है मेडिवल इमेजनरी को फॉलो करते हुए और सेंसुअल डिटेल्स के साथ में लिखा गया है. द ईव ऑफ सेंट एग्नेस. 130. Which poem by Wordsworth celebrates a field of flowers, that is daffodils? Option B को करेक्ट करेंगे. Fields of flower को सेलिब्रेट करते हुए पोएम लिखा है daffodils. इसका ऑफिशियली जो टाइटल था I wandered lonely as cloud. This is the opening line of Wordsworth's most famous nature poem. 131. In Kubla Khan, Coleridge describes an opium dream pleasure dome of a pleasure dome. 132. Which poem begins my heart aches and a drowsy numbless pain? This poem begins with the poem you have to tell. The title of that poem is Ode to a Nightingale. Option C is the correct answer. Keats expresses a longing to 133. Which romantic poet wrote The Marriage of Heaven and Hell? This is written by Blake. William Blake को आंसर करेंगे हम. This blends satire, mysticism and romantic revolutionary ideals. Number 34, 134. La Belle Dame's Mercy poem is a narrative ballad. Option B is the correct answer by Keats. It tells of a Night Bewitched by a Mysterious Lady. 135. Which poem contains the line water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink? This is from the poem The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. It describes the sailor's desperate thirst surrounded by ocean. So friends, this was all we had in today's class, and I hope you loved this class, you enjoyed this class, you have learned a lot from this class. And for your DSSB TGT examination, which is going to happen in the August month, and stay connected. Next class would be on literary criticism and literary theory. We will discuss most important questions from that topic for your exam point of view. Thank you for watching this and stay connected with English Zone. Please do subscribe this channel and also share this class in your friend circle, and please hit the like button. Thank you.